Ennis didn't know about the accident for months until his postcard to Jack, saying that November still looked like the first chance, came back stamped deceased. He called Jack's number in Childress, something he'd only done once before when Alma divorced him, and Jack had misunderstood the reason for the call. He'd driven 1,200 miles north for nothing. This would be all right. Jack would answer, had to answer. But he did not. It was Lorene. And she said, "Who? Who is this?" When he told her again, she said in a level voice, "Yes, Jack was pumping up a flat on the truck out on a back road when the tire blew up. The bead was damaged somehow, and the force of the explosion slammed the rim into his face, broke his nose and jaw, knocked him unconscious on his back. By the time someone came along, he had drowned in his own blood." No, he thought. They got him with a tire iron. "Jack used to mention you," she said. "You're the fishing buddy or the hunting buddy. I know that. Would have let you know," she said, "but I wasn't sure about your name and address. Jack kept most of his friends' addresses in his head." It was a terrible thing. He was only 39 years old. The huge sadness of the northern plains rolled down on him. He didn't know which way it was, the tire iron or a real accident. Blood choking down Jack's throat, nobody to turn him over. Under the wind drone, he heard steel slamming off bone, the hollow chatter of a settling tire rim. He buried down there. He wanted to curse her for letting Jack die on the dirt road. The little Texas voice came slip-sliding down the wire. "We put a stone up. He used to say he wanted to be cremated, ashes scattered on Brokeback Mountain. Well, I didn't know where that was, so he was cremated like he wanted. And like I say, half his ashes was interred here. The rest I sent up to his folks. I thought Brokeback Mountain was around where he grew up. But knowing Jack, it might be some pretend place where the bluebirds sing and there's a whiskey spring." "We herded sheep on Brokeback one summer," said Ennis. He could hardly speak. "Well, he said it was his place. I thought he meant to get drunk. Drink whiskey up there. We drank a lot." "His folks still up at Lightning Flat?" "Oh, yeah. They'll be there till they die. I never met them. They didn't come down for the funeral." "You get in touch with them. I suppose they'd appreciate it if his wishes was carried out." No doubt about it. She was polite, but the little voice was cold as snow. The road to Lightning Flat went through desolate country, past a dozen abandoned ranches, distributed over the plain at 8 and 10 mile intervals, houses sitting blank-eyed in the weeds, corral fences down. The mailbox read John C. Twist. The ranch was a meager little place, leafy spurge taking over. The stock was too far distant for him to see their condition, only that they were black baldies. A porch stretched across the front of the tiny brown stucco house. 4 rooms. 2 down, 2 up. Ennis sat at the kitchen table with Jack's father. Jack's mother, stout and careful in her movements as though recovering from an operation, said, "Want some coffee, don't you? A piece of cherry cake?" "Thank you, ma'am. I'll take a cup of coffee, but I can't eat no cake right now." The old man sat silent, his hands folded on the plastic tablecloth. staring at Ennis with an angry, knowing expression. Ennis recognized in him a not uncommon type with a hard need to be the stud duck in the pond. He couldn't see much of Jack in either one of them. He took a breath. I feel awful bad about Jack. Can't begin to say how bad I feel. I knew him a long time. I come by to tell you that if you want me to take his ashes up there on Brokeback, like his wife says he wanted, I'd be proud to. There was a silence. Ennis cleared his throat, but said nothing more. The old man said, "Tell you what, I know where Brokeback Mountain is. He thought he was too goddamn special to be buried in the family plot." Jack's mother ignored this and said, "He used to come home every year, even after he was married and down in Texas, and help his daddy on the ranch for a week, fix the gates and mow and all. I kept his room like it was when he was a boy, and I think he appreciated that. You are welcome to go up in his room if you want." The old man spoke angrily. "I can't get no help out here. Jack used to say, Ennis Del Mar, he used to say. I'm going to bring him up here one of these days, and we're going to lick this damn ranch into shape. He had some half-baked idea that you two of you were going to move up here, build a log cabin, help me run this ranch, and bring it up. Then this spring, he's got another one that's going to come up here with him and build a place and help run the ranch. Some ranch neighbor of his from down in Texas. He's going to split up with his wife and come back here. So he says. But like most of Jack's ideas, never come to pass. So now he knew it was the tire iron. He stood up and said, "You bet he'd like to see Jack's room." Recalled one of Jack's stories about this old man. Jack was dick-clipped and the old man was not. It bothered the son, who had discovered the anatomical disconformity during a hard scene. He'd been about 3 or 4, he said, always late getting to the toilet, struggling with the buttons, the seat, the height of the thing, and often as not let the surroundings sprinkle down. The old man blew up about it, and this one time worked into a crazy rage. Christ, he licked the stuffing out of me, knocked me down on the bathroom floor, whipped me with his belt. I thought he was killing me. Then he says, "You want to know what it's like with piss all over the place? I'll learn you." Then he pulls it out and lets go all over me. Soak me. Then he throws a towel at me and makes me mop up the floor. Takes my clothes off and washes them in the bathtub. Wash out the towel. I'm bawling and blubbering. But while he was hosing me down, I seen he'd had some extra material I was missing. I seen they'd cut me different, like you crump an ear or scorch a brand. No way to get it right with him after that.